What's up, gaming community? How you doing out there? This Hawk out there, of you new to my channel. Welcome. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm back on. I know I've been on for a minute, but I'm back. So now I'm in a new place and everything. We're gonna talk about some Black Ops 7. I've been wanting to get new information and we talking about new carryover content and all this stuff. So I'm gonna watch this video, I'm gonna see what's going on, and we're gonna go from there. So yeah, so come with me, make sure I'm here, I'm back. I'm saying I'll let you know how I feel about it at the end of this video, and I give you my opinion about Black Ops 7 and everything. So if y'all want to hear my opinion, watch the end of the video. I'm gonna watch the video, I'm gonna get this, and yeah. So let's get into the video. And I'm gonna bring you some Black Ops 6.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we got a lot of news to talk about in regards to Black Ops 7 multiplayer, carry forward, and some actual details on gameplay itself. So if you do find the video informative or helpful at any point, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Just want to remind you guys that the Season 5 update is getting closer. Marketing should start this upcoming week, so if you want to know more about it, be sure to check out the last couple of videos that I've posted. Yesterday, we went over the Battle Pass, the leaks and the DLC weapons, the operators, and the story that we know of so far for that update. Anyways, today I want to talk about something even further down the line, but before we talk about that, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 did get a small update today, so just wanted to let you guys know. They said a small update is rolling out that addresses tracking issues and updates to the following multiplayer COD Tunes challenges with new requirements. So challenge number 3, get 15 kills with combat axes, has been fixed. Challenge number 4, get top 3 in any FFA mode. So it looks like they've updated that. And then challenge 5, earn the most score in a match 3 times. So these are the ones that they fixed, weren't tracking. There's a couple of others. I know Zombies had one that wasn't working. And then there was also the Play Havoc Royale, play 3 matches of that, and that wasn't properly tracking. So far, they just have not mentioned anything in regards to it. So it looks like they're slowly working on it, but if you do follow the guide video that I posted a couple of days ago, you shouldn't have to worry about any of these challenges. But let's talk about Black Ops 7. So the first thing that we know is, according to the Ghost of Hope, he mentioned this like around a week ago. I didn't really make a video about it, but he said that Black Ops 7 will be launching globally on November 14th, 2025. Now, this is the latest Call of Duty release that I think we've ever seen before. Some other Call of Duty titles that have had a very late release include Cold War, which is on the 13th, the day before this, and then BO3 as well. So this is now record for the latest release if this rumor is correct, and that means we're gonna have to wait a little bit longer. Now, what this means is that there will be a Season 6 update. I've seen a lot of people talking about if there's gonna be a release with the game, the beta right before then. Will we have time for Black Ops 6's Season 6? Will there be a haunting event? And considering that the game isn't going to launch until halfway through November, it's going to give them plenty of time for the month of October to make a pretty big haunting event and go out with a bang in terms of Black Ops 6's content. The bad news about this is we have to deal with Black Ops 6, and I'm not going to lie, Season 4 has probably been, in my opinion, the worst season we've had, the most boring, and everything has just been pretty stale so far. And I've noticed a lot of you guys have agreed with that in the comments below, saying that just Season 4 overall has just been pretty long, not as much content, and it got stale pretty quickly. The events that they release can be done within like an hour, so it leaves you off with not much to do. And unlike Modern Warfare 3 being one of the best post-seasonal support games that we've ever had, and I want to share some good news because the Ghost of Hope said, not sure if they'll credit them, but Sledgehammer is pretty much doing the entire multiplayer at this point. That has to mean something, I hope. And then someone replied, Bob said, are they doing BO6 or are they doing BO7? Because BO6 hasn't really been the best. Then he confirms that it's actually BO7 that he's talking about. So Sledgehammer, the same, dev team that developed Modern Warfare 3, the post-seasonal content, the events that we had, the crossovers, the daily login rewards, the weekly event challenges, the prestige camos, the massive amounts of camo event rewards, the get high LTM. I could go on for days, but the point is Sledgehammer, who did a really good job with MW3, are the ones that are developing BO7's multiplayer. Now, Bob said at the very least, the core gameplay is going to be good then. We'll probably take a few seasons for guns and maps to be up to standard. He says right here, and he replies to that, Modern Warfare 3 was one, if not the only Call of Duty to never have its player-based population fall off after holiday / mid-year. And you guys know how that goes usually during December when devs go out. There's like that stale season where it just stretches into like January towards the start of February, and there's no content added, and it's like delay on delay. And we saw that with BO6. Usually the player base will drop off then and then reach like new lows, and then it will come back up if they announce, like, say, for example, the return of Verdansk. It sort of shot the population back up, but now it's like trickling back down again. So it's very hard for Call of Duty to keep their player base with the pattern that they're going, but Modern Warfare 3 was an exception. And then he also mentions here, Sledgehammer is looked upon very highly by Microsoft and others now because of how well they performed with MW3. And he says, I think it helps people that were pretty bummed by BO6's post-launch offerings. And to also point out, because at the same time they're developing COD 2027, people were thinking maybe if they do work on the multiplayer for BO7, won't that make COD 2027 really bad because they won't have as much dev time? And he also answered that he said they are still full steam ahead on 2027, so this won't impact much, if at all. They definitely lost a lot with layoffs, more than publicly known, but they're going to be hiring a lot here shortly. Now, one thing to note is he did say a disclaimer, Treyarch still has creative control because it is their franchise, but hopefully it means something good for multiplayer if Sledgehammer is helping and playing to their strengths. So if Treyarch allows them to go full-fledged and go all out with the types of events that they release, as well as like the content, the DLC weapons, the score streaks, the content that is released throughout the life cycle of the game. And you have to remember, this is going to be a $90 game. $89.99 is going to be the standard price of this title. So if they're not offering post-seasonal support the way that they are, I'm pretty sure people are just no longer going to buy Call of Duty anymore. But anyways, on top of all of this, we did get some confirmations today that carry forward is all but guaranteed and pretty much confirmed here. And so Call of Duty Black Ops 7's official rating is rated M. That's pretty obvious. But alongside that, they give a description of what the game is. So it says, first off, platform, Call of Duty Black Ops 7, Activision Blizzard, Windows PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and the Xbox Series X and S. Then it says rating summary. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is rated M for mature 17+, which is the same typical stuff, by ESRB with blood and gore, intense violence, strong language, suggestive themes, and use of drugs. And then it says also includes users interact and in-game purchases. This is a first-person shooter in which players engage in combat missions through outdoor terrains and realistic urban environments as players try to prevent a tech titan from gaining power. So what they're saying here is that there's going to be a tech titan that you're fighting against, which to me, that sounds like the guild, and the guild is the first thing that was introduced, and the sort of way they introduced them is like as if they were helping Mason out and they were going to be on his side, but it looks like here from this description, they may be the antagonist. So a little questionable here, some campaign spoilers, I guess. And then they say they use pistols, machine guns, assault rifles, and explosives to kill various enemies. Hostile soldiers, robots, which the game is futuristic, and then they say creatures. So we're assuming creatures, probably zombies, or like the crazy elite zombies and the types of things like that that are in it. And then battles are realistic and frenetic, highlighted by gunfire, cries of pain, and blood splatter effects. Some levels allow players to engage in execution moves / sequences, so they're talking about finishing moves here. And then to give an example, repeatedly stabbing a foe in the chest, throat, torso. Some weapons cause characters to explode into bloody chunks of flesh. Zombie and hallucination sequences depict frequent dismemberment and decapitation while battling hordes of enemies. And then they say some weapons feature marijuana / joints / paraphernalia. Player's character inhaling marijuana from a bong-like structure attached to a rifle. Now here's where, actually let me just finish this and then we'll talk about that. The game includes customizable cards as a part of the player's identities. Some cards depict female figures designed with deep cleavage and or revealing outfits. And then they said the words F and S appear in the game, bad words pretty much. And then what I'm talking about here in terms of the inhaling marijuana from a bong-like structure, they're actually speaking about a weapon blueprint that currently exists in Black Ops 6, and that comes from the Tracer Pack Dank Days Mastercraft Ultra Skin. This is for the KSV SMG known as the Bong Shot. It is a Mastercraft, and basically what it is you take a rip from the weapon in itself, and that's exactly what they were explaining. So considering the fact that that's what they're talking about in the review and the breakdown that they did, it means that items and weapon blueprints and operators are going to be available in Black Ops 7 day one. Now, I don't think they're going to end up, creating a marijuana bundle, fresh, brand new marijuana bundle when the game launches. That really doesn't make sense. Usually the wacky skins like these will be added in the Season 1 update, which is around a month after the release of the full game. So meaning that whoever reviewed this shouldn't have seen a store bundle in the store, because they wouldn't even have those at the time. So clearly they're talking about things that already exist, and that is the Bong Shot, which is from the Dank Days. That means that carry forward is basically confirmed at this point. It's going to be available in Black Ops 7. Now, this also raises a couple questions, because some people were very happy that they wanted to see carry forward added into the game, and now some people, after the recent crossovers, for example, American Dad coming in, bringing in the Roger bundle, we also have Beavis and Butthead. They're starting to think, I don't know if I want to see these on day one of BO7. They're like, yo, I actually want to, experience the game and not get ruined by all these crazy Ninja Turtles and bundles and crossovers, Terminator running around on the first day of a brand new game, and it just wouldn't feel right. So that's what people are starting to think, and then others, they don't mind. They want to keep their bundles, they want to keep their money, and they would prefer to have these day one of the game. But what are your thoughts and opinions? Is carry forward something you want to see in Black Ops 7, or is this something you think they should just keep in Warzone? So carry forward everything into Warzone, but multiplayer should start fresh as Black Ops 6 basically did. Fresh. Now, this also means one thing. If carry forward is going to be available with crazy skins like these, you can expect that Black Ops 7 is going to automatically start with the crazy crossovers, the bundles, and the things like that coming in. One of the biggest crossovers that I'm really hoping for to see in Black Ops 7's life cycle is another crossover with John Wick, but this time actually giving us the John Wick operator. You'll notice that lately in Call of Duty, the crossovers and collabs that they've done have been with big movies that are releasing at the time. For example, I Know What You Did Last Summer that recently released, and Call of Duty is doing a crossover with them at the start of Season 5. I believe that if John Wick Chapter 5, which is expected to release in 2026, they're already working on it at the moment. If that does release during the life cycle of BO7, I could see Call of Duty and Lionsgate coming in and doing a collab again. They've already done one with Ballerina, so it looks like the rights weren't too hard for them to get, and they were able to come to an agreement. So if they can do another agreement, they could definitely bring John Wick, and I feel like that would be very profitable for Call of Duty. This is something that everyone has wanted to see, and I feel like it's a little sad that the crossover that everyone wanted to see, they did, but they didn't bring the operator everyone wanted from the crossover. So I feel like they definitely had some plans for John Wick sometime in the future. I mean, we've seen Fortnite add him into the game, so why can't Call of Duty do it? Anyways, this is the new multiplayer information that we have in regards to Black Ops 7. What are your thoughts and opinions? Are you guys excited for this game, or still not convinced this is a game that you want to buy? But if you enjoyed the video or found it informative, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and hopefully I'll be seeing you guys back on the channel again. Peace.
So now, what y'all think about that? They got the carry forward content. They're probably gonna bring all them crazy skins. My opinion, if people want to keep their money, fine. They keep their money, but just don't bring them on day one. I mean, have it there, but just have them locked for a minute or something, because I just want to experience the Black Ops 7 stuff in them. So that's cool. And then they do another John Wick, I'll get that one. I didn't get it on the last one, but I'll get that one. That'd be cool. And the whole Black Ops 6 multiplayer, because I'm a multiplayer guy, I think they should take Warzone, make it its own, separated. Don't carry it over to multiplayer. They should leave it separate and leave multiplayer like it should be. I think they should do that. Them carrying over Warzone stuff into multiplayer and the multiplayer stuff over to Warzone, they should just make it their own. Warzone be its own. I feel like if they charge like $40 for $50 for Warzone, they can do probably a lot more. So yeah, so that's the video. That's the game needs some carry for content more. And that's what we're getting. But they're gonna reveal it in November. So on the next I think the next COD event, that's when we're gonna see the multiplayer and all that stuff. So we're gonna cover that too. And if you want to see the season 5 update for Black Ops 6, I'm about to make that video. So make sure you subscribe and be looking out for that video too. Peace. Have a blessed day. Fuck up to it. And I'm out.